In my previous video, I asked my viewers and subscribers what I should try next, and one of my subscribers recommended I try sand, shell and resin. Stay tuned to see the process of how I did it. So we're going to use this mold for our project, and we're going to be using also this rice to measure the amount that we're going to use in our mold, that where we can get an accurate measurement when we are pouring the resin. We're going to also be using this oil, which I've never used it before. I've never used this before. I've never done an ocean theme. This is all new. As I said in my description on my channel, I'm not a professional. I'm just learning by doing. So we're going to be using that. And from what I've seen online, this is what some people use to get the cells in the resin, based upon what I've seen on YouTube. We're also going to be using this white pigment as well, and we'll be using this oil in the white further on in the video. We'll be using this ice blue. We'll be using this shade of green, and we'll also be using this one as well, and this one. This looks like a bit purple, I don't know, but these are all mica powder that we're going to be using to do this. We're also going to be using some shells as well. We're going to be using this torch for any air bubble that we get in our project. We're also going to be using this, and this is some alcohol, 99% alcohol, and this is based upon what I've seen online as well. This is why I have these also. We're going to be using this as our timer when we are mixing our resin, and as you can see, I've set the timer to 5 minutes, because based upon what I've seen online, again, we're supposed to mix the resin between 3 to 5 minutes. So that's why we have that. And also we'll be using some sand as well in our thing that we're doing. So this is just sander thing, but it's a coarser version of it. This is the only thing that I could get really, but I don't even know. It doesn't even, I don't know. This one I'm not too sure about, but this is what we're going to use for our sand in our project. Yeah, this right here, I want to show you something. This is my heat mat, and like I said earlier, because where I'm at, it's so cold. Yeah, I have this just to keep the surface at a regulated temperature while I'm doing the resin. So this, I'm just going to keep it on 60 degrees Celsius. This is just a clear piece of glass that I'm using just because I want the mold to remain as level as possible. This is going to keep everything nice and at a regulated temperature while we go through the process of doing the pouring and stuff like that. So we're now going to just pour in this rice in the mold, just to fill it for us to get as accurate as possible the amount that we're going to be using. And this as well, this is something that I've seen online as well, that they use. You can use water, but I choose to use this rice just to see if I can get that accurate measurement in terms of what I'm going for. when I'm measuring my resin. So alright, if you look in the middle, it looks a bit higher than the rest of it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep that amount in it. What I found out is, and I've even heard other people saying the same thing, you know, sometimes when you pour the resin, you find that it shrinks after it cures. So I guess this amount should be okay. So what I'm now going to do is I'm just going to try and put all of this in this container. That way it will be easier for me to actually pour it in the cup, just to get that measurement. Okay, there we go. So now that's poured. That is what we have. So now we're just going to get a measuring cup. Now we're just going to get a measuring cup, and we're going to carefully try and pour everything in the measuring cup. Okay, so we've got that's ounce. All right, so let's do it like that. Okay, so that's 230 ml, 230 ml, and then what I'll do is I'll just get another measuring cup just to measure the remainder of what's in this. So this is the amount that we're going to need just to fill the mold with resin. So what we're going to do now is I'm just going to transfer all of this into this one. That way we can get accurate measurement. Okay, so we're just going to and now we're just going to look at the amount that we're going to need. I'm not sure if you can see this, but that's saying 250, saying 250 ml. So that's the amount that we're going to need. So now we're going to be using this Apex resin, and this is a 2-to-1 ratio. This is a 2-to-1 ratio. So we're going to be mixing 2 parts of the resin and 1 part hardener. So the measurement that we got was 250, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to mix 300 just to be safe. So we're going to pour 200 of the resin in this. 200 right about there. That's it. 200, and then we're going to be using same Apex. This is a hardener that we're going to be using, and we are going to pour 1 part of this in it. So like it. Just a little more. That's it. So there we have it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pour some warm water, in this. Then I'm going to put the resin in it, just a few, maybe a minute, just for it to warm up a bit before starting mixing. Then after, I'll put it back when I'm finished, just for it to get rid of some of the air bubble that's in it. So we leave that about a minute, just for it to warm up. I'm going to mix it for 5 minutes, just to make sure that everything is mixed in properly. And when we're mixing this, we have to mix it very slow, just to minimize the amount of air bubble that we get in our resin. So while we're mixing, we're scraping the bottom and we're also scraping the sides. And from what I've seen online, they're saying it's best not to lift the mixing stick that you're using. So I'm using a silicone tool to do this. So yeah, they're saying that you're not supposed to lift the mixing stick. So I'm just taking my time mixing slowly, just to ensure that everything mixes well. So I'm not going to bore you guys with this mixing for 5 minutes. So I'm just going to come back when it's at the end of the mixing, and then we'll continue from there. All right, here we are. We're at the end of the mixing. So what we're going to do now, just stop that, and then what we're going to do is I'm just going to add this back into the warm water, just to burst some of the bubble that was accumulated in the resin. I don't know if you can see it. There's not a lot, but yeah, we've got a few that's in it. Yeah, so the warm water will actually get rid of the air bubble that's in it. So we'll just leave that for a minute. Okay, so as you can see, I've just removed the silicone mat that was over this, because like I said before, I need this to be able to sit level, and the little groove that was in that silicone mat, I didn't want the resin, the weight of the resin, to sink in between. So I'm trying this just like this, by itself, just a piece of glass over the heat mat by itself, and see if that works. Okay, now we're going to be moving into the pouring section of this video, where we're going to separate the resin in equal parts for the different colors. So these are just some regular foam cups that we're using, because we're able to bend it like that when we're doing the pouring. So I find that these are much easier to work with than the plastic ones. So what we're going to do is we're going to give this just a little stir again, just to make sure that everything is mixed well. Okay, like that. So now we're going to be pouring. Let's start from this one. Pour some in that one. Pour some in this one. And I don't really have a specific measurement that I'm using. I'm just eyeballing what I'm doing here, just to make sure that I've got enough in each for the colors that I'm going to be using. I think for the white, I'm going to be using less resin for the white, because I think that's going to be the least amount of resin that we're going to need to use. So that one will not, the white will not have as much as the rest of it. Okay. Now we are going to add this additional one that we're going to use for the sand and the shells. And with this one, we don't really need a lot either. And then I'm going to leave the little that's in this container right here, just for that clear border. You'll see in a minute what I mean. Let's put this one to the side. This one is going to be for the white. That's one. This one here we're going to leave for the shells. And then let's try that one. I'm not sure if these colors are the exact colors that I'm supposed to be using, but we're just going to use what we have at our disposal. And like I said before, I'm not really measuring the amount that I'm using. I'm just eyeballing what I'm doing and see what we get with that. And the other good thing that I found out, I know that in a project like this, where the mold is not as deep, from what I've seen online, they would normally use 1-to-1 ratio to do a project like this. And because I'm not a professional, I find that the 2-to-1 ratio, it gives you a longer working time than the 1-to-1. So I'm just trying to use this 2-to-1 ratio, so I'll be able to get through this project without the resin starting to set while I'm actually doing what I'm doing. So now I'm just mixing the white. That should be okay. Now I'm mixing the green. And the blue, this green that I'm using here, this is just mica powder. It's but the white one is pigment paste. So I guess that's also something that they would use as well, pigment paste over mica powder when they're doing a project like this. But like I said before, I'm just using what I have. And see the result that we get. Okay, so that's the green. This looks a bit purple, but yeah, it looks a bit purple. I'm not sure if it is, but it looks a bit purple. I'm not sure, but that's how it looks. The container didn't have a label on it, but when I was buying it, they were saying, okay, this is for the ocean theme or whatever it is that they were saying. So this is why I got this one, but it looks okay. Let's see. And then we move on to the blue. Okay. Which I think we might just need. Some more blue in this. I don't know. It looks a bit light. I'm going to add a bit more blue in this one. Okay, that's it. So yeah, I'll add that. Okay, so we've got the blue, the purple, the green, and the white. So now we're going to be adding this. I say this is sand, or this looks like some stones or something. But I'm using this for the sand, just to line the bottom of the lower section of the project. I think I'm able to put a bit more in it. There we go. And like I said before, this is all, we're just trying this just to see how it comes out, because I've never done this before. So this is my first attempt at doing this. So we're just going to see the result that we get. Okay, so there we go. That's it. We've got all the colors mixed and ready to go. Okay, so now we're at the stage where we're going to start pouring the resin in, but we are going to put some 99% alcohol in this, and that's just for to burst any air bubble that will form in the resin, really, underneath. So yeah, I think that should be okay. And I'm just putting this on the inside, just to my specification. I'm not sure if there's a specific way for this to be done, but I'm just doing it like this, just to see the result that we get. Here we go. I think that's it. I think that's it. Now the idea behind putting the sand in the in the resin first. That's just to prevent air bubble from actually forming in the underneath the sand when you've done the pour. That's it. So this is why, from my understanding, that's the reason why you actually put the, okay, so there we go. So we have that bit done. So now we're going to start with the, I'm just going to start with the green. I'm going to start with the green first. Yeah. And I'm just going to pour along here. Already I'm seeing something that I don't think I've done correct, but let's just do it and see how it comes out. Yeah. And then this one at the top. And then we'll go for the green again. And then the blue. All right. Green. And like I said before, I'm not sure if what I'm doing is correct. I'm just going by what I think I should be doing, not that I'm certain that what I'm doing, that it is correct. Like I said, I've never done this before, so I'm just winging it just to see what I get from what I'm doing. And I'll just keep adding these until it's all done. Green. Blue. I also think that there's a specific way for this to be poured, you know, but I'm just mixing all this together, and then after that just see how it look when it's all done. That's about it. Here we go. Here we go. Green. The tiniest bit of green is left. Alright, that's it. Then this purple. So that. Okay. So then I'm going to I'm going to mix this together like that. Okay, so now this, oh, I'm going to be doing the white now, but this is what I'm going to put this in. There's no instruction on this that tells me the amount that I'm supposed to use. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a few drops in it just to see what we get. Yeah, just a few drops just to see what we get. And again, I'm not measuring what I'm doing. I'm just doing what I think is going to get me some good result. That's it. I'm just doing what I think is going to get me some good result, really. So I'm just mixing this up. So now I'm going to try and do this. Just to see how it comes out. No, that's looking okay. Yeah, that to me looks all right. That to me looks all right. I don't know what the reaction will be with the oil and the resin. I'm not sure what that's going to look like, but that looks all right. That looks okay. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. It looks okay. Looks okay. So now what I am going to do is I'm going to be adding some shells to it, just randomly, just randomly dropping some shells in it. I'm not trying to cover these either. What I'm doing is I'm just adding them in it. So these are going to be higher up. Yes, I'm just putting these in, just enough for them to hold in the resin. And like I said earlier, this was a suggestion from one of my subscribers. So I'm just testing this just to see what we get, and hopefully when it's all cured everything looks okay. Okay, the only thing that I don't like is the colors, because I'm able to see the colors in the corner. So I'm just going to add some clear over these just to see if I can push that color back, push the blue away from the just like that. Yeah. Okay, now I'm just trying to like move these around just a bit. But I'm not really sure I'm going to try a bit more of this just to see if it works or not. I don't want to add too much in it for it to overpower whatever is already in it, but I don't know. That's it. Then I'm going to use the little that's left over from these, just add to it in between these. That's it. All right. Like I said, I might be doing this wrong, but we'll see. Let's try this. All right, so we're going to leave this just the way it is and then let it cure for 24 hours. Then we'll come back and see how it looks afterwards, if it worked or it didn't. So we're just going to leave it here. So what we're going to do next is we're just going to put this cover over this just to prevent it from dust or anything falling in it, and then after 8 hours then we're going to come back and we're going to do the demolding then. If you're finding any value in this video, remember to like and subscribe and leave your comments. Welcome back again, guys. Okay, it's been 48 hours. It's been 48 hours and we're going to now do the demolding of this project. So now we are going to remove this. And this is what we have so far. It's looking all right. It's looking okay. It's stuck under. It's stuck under. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, that was because it was stuck on this. If you can see that it was stuck on that. So yeah, this is what we have so far. Yeah, that's what we have. Looks all right. Looks okay for the first attempt. It looks okay for the very first attempt, I must say. So now let's just demold it and see what we have. But what I can see is here, I can see like there's some oil residue that's still on it. I'm going to try and wipe that off afterwards, but you can see some oil residue that is over it. So I'm gonna have to try and get that off. But yeah, let's demold it and see what we get. Okay, that's that. No, I think it looks okay. The only thing is I can feel there's some oil that's still on the top here, which I'm gonna have to wipe that off, but I think it looks okay for my first attempt. The cells didn't come out as good as I would hope, but nonetheless, I think for my first attempt, I think this looks okay. A bit more practice, and yeah, that should be fine. This is the back of it. This is how the back of it looks. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, there we go. Like I said, this was suggested by one of my subscribers, so I decided to give it a try, and I think it looks okay. I think it looks okay. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Let me know.